Awesome. Now I'm going to present my screen. And now I am presenting my screen. I'm going to hide this because no one wants to see that. Now I'm going to go to Scratch. All right. Good morning, robotics students. Today we are going to look at Scratch and activity number 3 in the music and sound lesson. I have a remix of this project that I made yesterday during class. So we can take a look at this first so I can show you what it'll look like when you're all done. I'll make it full screen and I'll hit play. And it seems to be glitching. Here we go. So the yellow X sprite is supposed to follow the cursor. All right, but I'm going to take it from the top. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot. We were having some fun with the numbers. So we were inputting some different kinds of crazy data in here. It kind of made our program a little bit wonky. So there's a little bit of a delay because of the numbers that we happen to put in. But right now I'm going to take it from the top. So I'm going to start on Google CS. Okay, Robot Squad. Everybody clap your hands. Let me try that again. Hello. Have you ever been to a dance? Are you familiar with the cha-cha slide? Okay, when he says everybody clap your hands, what do you do? Thank you. All right, so we are signed into Google CS. We're signed into Scratch, but freeze. Look at your Scratch screen. Look at the upper right-hand corner and make sure that you are signed in, because we don't want anything. We don't want to accidentally not save our work today. Okay. I'm signing in just so I can get the default template for this little mini lesson. And I'm very excited about this lesson because it's introducing something in computer science called conditionals, which is a really awesome and important concept in computer science. So I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit. Here we go. So I have the musical art starter project. So when I load the starter project, I automatically have sprites preloaded to the project. So that'll just save you a little step because you don't have to go and search for your sprites and add them to the project. Now, to start our project, we are going to start with events. It's a new project, it's a new event. And we're going to use the event block when flag is clicked. Next, we want our program to go on forever. So the entire program is going to be inside a forever loop control. So I clicked on control, selected the forever loop, and dragged it over to my block stack. Next, okay, the objective is for the sprite that was added, this sprite right here of the dots, to stamp a bunch of times. Just like, a stamp with an ink pad, that's what they mean by stamp, not like a stamp that you would use to send a piece of mail. Okay. So we already added our control block that tells it what to do. Actually, I was getting ahead of myself. The forever loop is actually for the second sprite. So let's go back a step. All right, from the top, when flag is clicked. Now, we are going to find the pen block. Now, the pen block is not under one of these categories that you'll see automatically on the right. You go all the way to the bottom of that toolbar. On my screen, it's kind of chopped off. Add extensions. I'm going to click on that. And now you see music, pen, and all the other extensions that you can add. Oh, look who it is, guys. We know him. That's EV3 Lego Mindstorms. What a coincidence. He's been hiding here in Scratch all along. So does that mean that we can use Scratch to program the EV3 Mindstorms bricks? You betcha. But today we're going to click on pen. There we go. Now that brings us to all of the pen blocks. We need to find the one that says erase all. All right, that's erase all, right? Yeah. Erase all is the first block that we add in the block stack. Let's click the flag to test our program because it's so important to test our program every step of the way. What does it do? Click the flag, nothing happened. So let's hit stop. Now, we're going to add a control, repeat loop block. Repeat 10 times. So this will repeat everything inside this loop 10 times. Next, we're going to choose an operator block. It's the go to operator block. It's blue. I think it's one of the motion blocks, right? Yeah, go to. My friends in the front row, can you help me? I really need new glasses. Therefore, my contacts I'm wearing today are really old too. It's very difficult for me to see this from where I'm standing. So thank you, Kyle. So I'm looking for the one that starts with go to X, and then it has a Y. Oh, I found it. I think I just needed you there for the support. Thank you, Kyle. Okay, so we're looking for this one. It says go to X, and there's a bubble, Y, and then there's another bubble here. This is where you can graph the XY coordinates of where this would land on a Cartesian plane, aka our template here. We are going to input the data of the next coordinate parts, but in a special way. I'm not just going to do this. I'm going to do something even better. I'm going to click on Operations and pick Random. Grab this piece, and look, it'll pop right into that spot. Pick Random. Now, the numbers that you're putting in this spot is not random. You are going to, the first number is -240. Your X, I'm sorry, no, that's -240. These are both X. All right. And then 240. Because on this coordinate plane, our X line is that long. So for example, does everyone see the Cartesian plane I have back here on this back chalkboard? So X, that's the one that's horizontal, all right? See how these are all the negative numbers over here? So on this size of a thing, the negative numbers go to 240, so -240. And then positive, it goes all the way to +240. Because as you can see in our work area, we don't have an infinite space to write the program where the program's going to appear. So that's how wide it is. -240, 240, that's the X width. Now, the height, the Y, is -180, so that's all the way down here, all the way up to +180. Because if you notice, it's a rectangle. So our Y height is going to have smaller numbers than the X line. So pick random, -240, 240. Now we're going to find that operator block again, pick numbers, and pop it right into the Y. I'm going to drag it over a little bit. There we go. Now, the numbers we put in here are negative 180. Kyle, did I remember to put a negative before that 180? I can't say. I did not. I did not. Okay. Very important. All right, I look good now? Is there like a comma in front of that or something? A period? Okay, that's not going to work then if there's a period in there. All right, does that look like a negative 180 now? All right. Now, positive 180. Okay, that says 180, right? Okay, good teamwork. Now, you can see what that whole block should look like now with the added operator blocks. Okay, the last block we're going to add in this block stack is the stamp block. So we need to go down to our little extension menu down here again to open up the pen blocks and find the one that says find the one that says stamp. And this one, I got to move back a little bit. I'm too far from my receiver for the mouse. Stamp. Oh, now I can't see what they say. All right, stamp. That says stamp, right, friends? Stamp. And the stamp block we're going to squeeze in right here underneath the blue motion block with the operators. So let's test it out and see what happens. I'm going to click the flag. Yay! Let me do it again. Yay! Why didn't it go on forever? Because I didn't do a forever loop, exactly. I did a repeat 10 loop, so it would repeat 10 of the actions. Instead of, the program will repeat 10 times rather than forever, like we would see in a forever loop. So now we have coded the first sprite. This seems like a great time to save our work, right, pals? Okay, everybody clap your hands. There we go. Now we're getting it. So freeze. Click File, everybody, no matter what you're working on right now. If you've previously remixed your project, click Save. I didn't remix my project yet, so I can either click Remix from here or from the File menu, but I'll hit this button, Remix. Now I've remixed my project. Now I have the option to save. So everyone save your work just in case something glitches. Because I'll be honest, sometimes when I'm working on Scratch, something glitches. It's a computer, it's a machine. It happens. And when it glitches, things might not get saved. So always remember to constantly be saving your work. All right, so we've just finished coding our first sprite. So now it's time to start coding our second sprite. Yay! Our second sprite is the little yellow X. So I'm just going to scroll down on my screen and select the second sprite. So then we have a nice clean work area to write the code for the second sprite. We want this X to follow the mouse cursor. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the event block because it's a new event when flag is clicked. Now, here's where we kind of get to like loopception. It's going to be a loop within a loop. We're going to start with a control block of the forever loop. Now, this forever loop is going to be around all of the other things in the block stack. The next block we're going to add is a motion block that says go to. Mouse pointer is the one we want to select because we want the sprite to go to the mouse pointer, the cursor. But if you look over here in the menu, you don't see one that says go to mouse pointer, do you? But we do see one that says go to with a drop-down menu because guess what? That's one of the options where we can modify this block. So I'm going to click the block. This is the first thing in the forever loop stack. We're going to change where he is going. Go to mouse pointer. Let's test our code. What is that? Remember? Yeah. Okay. We're going to click click the flag to start. Now, take a look at the cursor. As I move it around, look, it's following me forever and ever and ever. I'm going to click stop now. Now, we are going to start adding our conditionals. So we're going to go back to the control category, and we're going to find a different kind of loop that says if, and then there's a funky shape, then. I'm going to click on that conditional loop and pop it right here, right underneath the motion block that we just added. If, then. But we're not telling it if what. So we have to input that data and tell it what to do. If, now to find the conditional variables, we go right here, and we're going to select this one. See, did you notice that these are different shapes? So it's like we're putting together a marvelous puzzle. We're going to click this one that says touching color, and then it shows a random color. And we're going to pop that right into this spot here. And then we're ready to move on. Now, this color is not any of these colors. So even if I put stuff here in the conditionals, or for like the result for what happens, nothing's going to happen because that color isn't here at all. So now watch this. This is my favorite part. Let me scroll down so we can say, to change the color, you click on the color. And now you can see you can drag back and forth to pick colors, but that seems like it's going to take a long time for me to find that exact shade of green. So check this out. You click on this button at the bottom, then hover over a color, and automatically it's programmed to the exact shade of green that you need. Isn't that amazing, boys and girls? Yes, Miss Salemi, we love it. Yay. Next, we're going to add some music blocks. So to add this kind of music block that we're going to look at today, we're going to click again on the extensions and then click on music. And we're going to find the block that says play note blank for blank beats. Kyle, is that what this one says? Play note. Yeah, right? Okay. Play note blank for blank beats. And then we're going to add a change tempo block. Kyle, I'm going to need help with this one again. Is that this one? Change tempo? That's what that says, right? Okay. Now let's run the code and see what happens when our sprite touches the green. It kind of sounds like a phone that's ringing, right? Is that annoying? All right, I'm gonna click. I'll stop. I'll stop. So to modify what notes are being played, you're going to type in numbers here. Let's say 52 or 0.5 beats. And then let's change the tempo by -20. Let's test it out. Can you hear the difference? Okay. That was look. So one of the students said, "What's that noise?" Look at the screen. That's what happens when the cursor hovers over the green now, because that's what we just put in the code. But if you don't like that sound, you can modify these notes. Or if you'd like, you can add different sound blocks if you want to try. Let's see. All right, let's do it. I'm convinced. Okay. Let's go to motion, look, sound. I want to find like an animal sound, because I think that'll be fun. Let's do it for funsies. Animals. Check this out. I like the goose. It does kind of look like a goose. It looks like a goose's head. You're totally right. All right, now let's go back to our code. Now that we found the goose, let's add this one. Let's just push this here so it makes the goose sound first. Now we run the code. Isn't that a beautiful song, Dante? This is my favorite song. Okay. Everybody save your work. Clap, 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 clap. Okay, Mr. Goose. Now, we are going to add some more sounds. But, now check this out. We are going to add another loop that's like this, but set up for another color. So that when our sprite hovers over each of the different colors, there's different sound events that happen. But instead of redoing this entire loop block by block, check this out. We're going to right-click on it and then select duplicate. And then we drop the next little loop right below. Ta-da! Isn't that amazing? Did I miss? I think I messed up. Let me undo that. I just Control Z on the keyboard shortcut for undo. My favorite keyboard shortcut. This time I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I don't get stuck. Now let me zoom out a little bit more. Okay, I think that's as far as I can go. Right click on that loop, duplicate. No! Right here. There we go. Because you have to make sure it's outside of that conditional loop. Otherwise, your second loop will only operate if you touch green, because that's still where it would be in the top of the block stack. Okay, next loop. If touching color, okay, let's do the purple color. So to select the color, we click on the color in the block. We click on this magical little button here. We hover over the color that we want, click the mouse, and then it's magically in the block. One moment, please. Kyle, do you have a question? Hang on, I can't hear you with these headphones on. Can you speak up? Okay, all right. So the question was, how do you duplicate the same thing? I'll show you one more time, Kyle, okay? Because I have to do it again anyway. So I have an extra one here, but I'm going to duplicate it anyway. So I'm going to zoom out first, just so I have enough space. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong button. Hello. So guys, for those of you sitting in the front, if you actively see me clicking the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing, please tell me. Help a teacher out, man, because I can't see. I'm doing the best I can. So now see, I have plenty of space. Look at that. That's better. Now, this loop right here is what I want to copy, so I don't have to build the whole thing again. So look, I'm going to right-click on it right here. Let me do it again. I think you missed. See right here, because I can see that that's where that loop ends. I'm going to click duplicate, and then I'm going to put it next in the stack. Okay? All right. Now, the next thing we need to do, we need to change the numbers too, but we can just keep them as they are for now, because I want to just make all of our color variables. I want to set all the colored variables first. Let me zoom back out. I'm going to click on that green, click on this little button. Let's hover over orange. And then I have another one down here. What's the last color? The blue, light blue. I'm going to click on the light blue. Now, everybody save your work. Let's test our code. Why is it doing the same thing for every color? Kyle. Because, yeah, we didn't change any of the variables. It still has a goose. That goose is on the loose 8th grade. I'm telling you what. So we duplicated those little block stacks. So it's going to have the same reaction with the sprite. So let's add some more animals. Okay, so let's see. Goose we did first. Let's change this one. Let's go under our sound editor. Should we do another animal sound? Yeah, Miss Salemi, that sounds like fun. Oh, we like that. Winnie. Should we keep that the same? Let's change it a little bit. Let's say 57 and 0.5 beats. Okay. Next, Goose. Let's change this Goose. This time, I think I'm going to do something different than an animal. Ooh, that got your attention. I like that one. It's so dramatic, isn't it? I can't wait to try this one out now. Okay, let's replace this Goose sound. I keep going back to that one. I love that sound effect. Ooh, I think I have a new favorite. Okay, let's go back to our code. Boop, boop, bing, boo. That's bloop, bing, boo. That's what that one. Boop, bling, bop. That's what that one's called. All right, everybody, save your work. Let's test it out. Orange, orange, purple, green. Come on, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. We're getting stuck. I'm getting a little glitchy. Come on, come on, come on. I'll try to preview that again on the thumbnail version. That's orange, blue. Let's go to purple. Blue. Orange. Orange. So dramatic. So, I could do that all day. That's a lot of fun. So that concludes this lesson for musical art. We created a musical art project where we have a sprite pattern stamping in the background, and then we turned the entire thing kind of into a really awesome, super wacky musical instrument where when you hover over each of the different colors, it plays a different sound. I love it. All right, so that will conclude the recording for today. For those of you who are watching and listening from home, hi, how are you doing? Everybody says hi. And there's the bell. Class dismissed. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.